Oh yeah, transition. No, they do that. They do that.
Interesting.
So that's you can stop it. You can stop it.
Okay, all right. I was curious.
Seriously, you can stop it. It's so like. Do you remember how albums used to have like a whole flow?
Right.
Like where like one song would transition into the next song, or would in like the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill would like go into like a little scene in a classroom, and then you would go into like the next song, and then you would go back to the little classroom and talk about love for a second. But yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah.
I was like, that's why I said you can stop because the song is over. It's it's like translated into whatever comes next.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love that song.
That's good. I like it. That's one of our like regular car jams.
It is a regular jam for me. I still listen to that song. I still listen to that album regularly. I still listen to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill regularly too.
Yeah. I put that one on. Probably. Yeah, maybe it's been more time than I thought, but yeah, a friend of mine said that was his absolute favorite all-time album. So I was like, oh, I gotta go back to that one. I'm like, oh damn,
What's it there?
Yeah. It was my friend Sandesh when I lived in New Jersey.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out Sandesh.
Hey, what up? Let's see. Yeah, I have to give credit to my brother because I was very bullheaded, as I am a tourist. When I was very younger, I really didn't want to like anything that he liked specifically because he liked it, and I wanted to be very different from him, and I wanted to be very different from everybody. So I was very hesitant to listen to anything that he liked, including this album. And then in high school, I was like, all right, I am over that. This is awesome. Yeah. And then I finally started to like let myself like hip hop because Kyle, my brother, he really liked hip hop, and I was like, I can't like anything. I like meh. So that's interesting. So I have to give credit to Kyle because I think I like it more because I was exposed to hip hop because of him. So I got to give him some credit for that.
I feel like we addressed this like maybe every other episode or more, but it really seems like the way taste passes hands is like typically a sibling, almost always a friend around the same age, if not a little older, probably typically a little older. But like, I feel like there are some consistencies in how people find their pleasures.
I know that's true of Kyle because Kyle will occasionally he'll message me and be like, guess what's on in the bar right now? Too legit to quit. I'm like, that's right.
Yeah.
Or he messaged me one time. He said he was out with a couple friends and New Kids on the Block came on, and I think it was The Right Stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, these fools don't know what The Right Stuff is. And I was like, you're kidding. You're hanging out with people who don't know New Kids on the Block. He's like, Kim, they're like 10 years younger than me. I'm like, oh, well, that would that explain why they don't know who New Kids are. But he's like, oh, Kim likes that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a few things that I'm like, I wish he would shut that shit up. And now I'm like, oh, nostalgic about it because Kyle liked it.
Yeah.
And like I like it too because he exposed me to that. Shout out to Kyle. There's a lot of shout outs today.
Yeah, Kyle.
So yeah, but this was one of them.
Yeah. I feel like the rare exception is when people's parents influence their taste, but I know when that happens. It's when their parents kept their vinyl.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Like, almost exclusively. Like, if parents have a Celine Dion CD in the car, their kids are not going to inherit their taste in music. If their parents have most of the Beatles and Rolling Stones that came out in the 60s, mom and dad are their, like, go-to influence.
You know what? I can stand behind this theory as Deborah Gina. Very, very, very much like that. Because Gina knows exactly what's in her mom's record collection.
Yeah.
Gina's like, oh, Ma, get the Ron set out.
Yeah, no, I can see them belonging in that club.
Yeah, and which part of what I love going through music with Deborah and Gina, like when they get the records out, is they still go through it like they've seen them all. They've never seen them before. They're just looking at them all for the first time, but they're also nostalgic. I love watching them go through records. They're like, oh yeah. I'm like, you guys did this a month ago. Like you did this exact same thing a month ago. Which I love.
It's interesting to think about because I think at most I ever had maybe like 100 vinyl albums at a time. And because it's just always more convenient to listen to digital formats if you're out and about in the world, when you sit at home and decide to put a piece of vinyl on, like that's kind of fewer and far between than how we typically listen to music in the last 20 years. So
Sure.
even for me with just 100 albums, when I got around to deciding that I wanted to listen to an album and would go pick through, like there would be surprises
Yeah.
that I probably picked up only a year earlier, but I probably listened to it once and forgot about it because quarter and dollar bins.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I could see if you were collecting albums for decades, there would be some genuine surprises in there when you get around to looking.
Yeah, yeah. Some of those are originals in Deborah's collection too. Okay, let's move on. We realize we're already at the hour mark, and we still have 4 more songs.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
what's next, Phil?
With no context outside of our theme, here's Basket Case by Green Day.